Okay, welcome back. My name is Guild Navigator, and this is episode 2 of my Let's Play of Morocco, with the intention of kind of trying to conquer Iberia, settle the New World, conquer West Africa, just generally be strong. So, yes, welcome back. In the first episode, we had kind of just done some setting up, conquered Tlemens and however the hell you pronounce that. Okay, let's read this event. For decades, the local strongmen across the Maghreb have relied on strong and influential tribes to assert control and safeguard trade routes. One such tribe is the Banu Maran. Originally, they emerged from the ashes of the previous Moroccan dynasty and occupied Mekelanis in 1245. Due to their descent from from our northeastern territories and their proximity to the hostilities between our people and the rulers of Iberia, they once made up much of our army. Despite their military prowess, however, they spend much of their time with their families as shepherds of their great sheep of flock. So basically, I get more wool, if I remember correctly, and in exchange, they get more tribe power. That's fine. Like, the tribes aren't very powerful to begin with. So I was saying, basically, I conquered what is essentially modern-day Algeria in the previous video. Set up a whole bunch of these little vassals. Some of them are fiefdoms, some of them are vassals. And now I'm planning on kind of going north into Iberia when I have the time. I will say that my people were buying huge amounts of wheat, so I had to stop them from doing that. I had to stop buying food, and hopefully they don't starve to death. But shouldn't have been eating so much. I did build the castle there already. I think I honestly might be ready for the war. I'm not sure what I'd be waiting for. I guess I want to wait for them to be able to join. They don't have very many levies available. I'm already improving relations. Okay. So I gotta wait for Morocco, for Tunis to want to join in. I can save half a ducat a month. There's no reason not to. Okay, 2 diplomats now. So I wanted to start improving relations with you, and then I might as well start buttering up my my vassals also. Now, I don't remember how trade power works with vassals. I think we get trade advantage. That's just from the maritime presence. Okay, so nothing. We have to be transferring trade power. So when it comes to these age perks, I pretty much always go administrative focus. Oh no, this song. Okay. I'm gonna hire a guy for my war on the tribesmen. In a couple of months, I'll get started on this. Well, I guess I could no CB war on Ghana, but I think that's actually going to be kind of a slog. Okay, so I think jurisprudence is better. So I'll do that. Everyone is relaxed, so this means I can give the burghers another reward. I think that this one's pretty good. I can't tax the burghers as much, but I get better tax efficiency. Professional armies spawned in Brussels. That's fine. Got lots of money. Don't want to pay those loans off. I shouldn't say 63 ducats is not lots of money. I'm gonna keep building wheat RGOs. It's probably the wrong one to build because I don't even have laborers there. What is my levy situation at? Oh wait, am I actually not going to be able to declare war? Oh, fuck, I can't declare war while my levies are raised. Yeah, so what happened previously is that basically I just disbanded the levies. And then they didn't go back to my pool. But maybe it's fixed this time. It's not. That's really annoying. Yeah, you can see that basically, yeah, they're at 22%, and I need to get all the way up to 50% before I can declare war. Okay, this poses both a problem and not a problem. Essentially, what I did last time, when I played this previously and I was able to work, is I just need one ship, and then I can just like ferry people across. Sorry, I just need to wait till I get 40 sailors. I probably could then go down into West Africa. But I only have until March of 45, and I don't want to have a weakened army at that point, so I'll wait. As they say, patience is a virtue. Sorry, I needed to set the timer, so I left you guys waiting there for a second. Plus legitimacy, I think, is just good, so it's better than whatever the jurisprudence or mysticism stuff is. I'll always take the legitimacy now. In the previous game, I got this like horrible event where my king was like cooed by his son out of nowhere. So I hope I don't get the same thing again. Okay, the max RGO size is cool. Got that. Might pop another lumber down, but I actually still have not manned all of those as of yet. Just because lumber's always good. Yeah, I'll pop that. The little economy mini game in this is so good. Really, really, really enjoy it. Just improving relations. When we go to war again, they should get a bonus to their relations because we're at war with each other. Like we're co-belligerents. Which will be good. And I'm just going to declare war basically as soon as I can. And the plan is kind of that Morocco, I keep saying Morocco, is that Tunis, we're going to like rely on Tunis's boats to do some of the lifting of their own guys into that army. And then really what the hope is that we're going to have them kind of like to be doing landings here. I will not call Granada into the war. Probably at all. May call them in at the end to help us like conquer stuff, but even then, I think having them as like kind of like a safe base is good. And we capture slaves when we conquer a territory. Like a surprising amount of the population also as slaves. So, there's huge advantages to basically going around and conquering everyone. Okay, I can pop another RGO. Do I have any gems or anything? What's my most valuable if we sort by that? Yeah, it's gonna be dyes. These dyes here are probably just crazy profitable. Yeah, it's just stupid money. I'm just gonna basically pump all of my money into that because I think this is my capital. Banking in Genoa and Renaissance in Parma. Okay, so I made a post. I'm not gonna I won't out myself, but I'll say that I don't like the way that institutions work in this game. Like, in principle, they work fine, and from a gameplay perspective, so I'll first articulate my gripe. My gripe is that the institutions pretty much always spawn in this region of the map, right? Which makes sense because it's the 1350s through the 1800s, and during that period of time, functionally all the scientific research happened here, like all the novel stuff. So it makes sense that they spawn here. It's a very controversial claim. I know people could like cite like specifics and exceptions, but overwhelmingly this was where the most dynamic place in the world was at the time. And So it makes sense that the institutions are spawning there, but what's frustrating is that they pretty much immediately spread across the entire world. And so you'll see by like 1500, you have like late game institutions. You'll have something like the printing press, right? And you'll have like the printing press in Somalia and like Ethiopia and stuff like that. And that obviously did not happen historically, right? Like there may have been a printing press that arrived there at some point, but I actually would be skeptical if the printing press got to Ethiopia before the 19th century. And like even I would be interested to know how many printing presses existed in Ethiopia in like 1936 when they were fighting the war against the Italians. I believe that was the year they fought the war. Like I would be surprised if there was more than 1,000 printing presses at that point. So it's weird by 1500 to have like the institution there. And the reason from a gameplay perspective is that they tie technology to institutions. And so like if you didn't do that, if you're trying to do it realistically, right, like you would basically have these institutions not spread other than like via conquest and colonization and stuff. So you'd have them go to the New World and kind of like an Acemoglu Robinson kind of like model of economic development. Like it's based on these people transmitting their institutions with them when they move. And like, you know, at least that's one way you could read their results. That's the economist who won the Nobel Prize somewhat recently. But they don't do that. And because then it would just be extremely uninteresting to play as like Ethiopia. You just would never get like the late game tech and you couldn't progress, and it would feel kind of like you couldn't do it. And so instead what they do is they just do it where like you trade with each other and it spreads and it just goes everywhere. But they should I wish they would change it. Like I wish they would do something else. Like I think that there are other ways you can make Ethiopia and the Golden Horde and like India very interesting. They had their own technological paths, right, that don't rely on having to pretend that they had like the same metallurgical processes that existed in Northwestern Europe. It's just a silly thing. I mean, the whole game kind of suffers from what you could call like early industrialism, or like too early industrialism, where basically the compound growth just sets in too early. And I think part of this, I'm going on rants. I hope this is interesting to anyone who, the one person who's going to watch this video. I think part of the reason that this occurs is that if you look at wheat here, you can see, where is it? It produces 8 food and subsistence agriculture. So 8,000 laborers working in subsistence agriculture produce 6.61 food. But 1,000 laborers working in the wheat produce more. So it's like you're 10 times as productive as a farmer on the wheat farm than you are as a subsistence farmer. And like on an intuitive level, maybe you think like, yeah, like this would make sense. You have like centralization. You could like invest in capital investment. But this is 1344. Like what this should mean, in my opinion, is that it should mean that you're basically creating goods to market. Like you're creating goods that are like tradable and shippable. And if anything, that's actually a trade-off against productivity. Like you can look at the agricultural productivity numbers if you want, but like there's actually shockingly little per acreage increases in productivity, and even per labor increases in productivity for a very long time. And so part of the reason you can get this like very early liftoff in industrialization is that you realistically don't need to worry about kind of balancing subsistence or like food production basically against other goods. And so I can have everyone working in dime mines and kind of just get away with not having any farmers, which is not realistic for the time. Cool. I don't fully understand how the Islamic religion in this game works. Oh, Spain and Portugal are at war with each other right now. Would Tunis be willing to join? Tunis is not willing to join, but they're very close to being willing to join. I just declare war without Tunis? No, I think I want the Tunisian armies, for sure. I may end up switching to short names, so it just says Castile instead of Crown of Castile. Because I think sometimes these longer names, like Kingdom of Hungary, or like what the hell is going on with the Kingdom of France? That's not ideal. Let's switch that up now before I forget. Yeah, that's infinitely preferable. Just France, Castile. Okay, so it is the beginning of the next month. Are you any closer to willing to accept? Okay, it's perfectly equal. I think next month you'll be recovered enough. I also have all of my diplomats back. So I'm going to want one to declare war, but I'm going to send one guy over here to the Mamelukes, and then I'm going to start just improving on another vassal. The Starfium province of Marrakesh. What is that causing demographically? Are people dying? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, you guys can all die. I don't really care. Okay. I'm gonna capture more pops in this war. What are you? You're just another laborer. I don't have that much longer with the CV. So I'd really appreciate, Tunis, if you got your act together. Okay, I can get building on my boat. And I think I'm just like nowhere near getting my naval levy. Oh, one of the temporary insanity events. Okay. Diplomatic insanity. Whatever. Yeah, I'm only at 31%. So I've only ticked up like 10%. So you're still not any closer. Levy availability minus 27. I still have all my levies. I don't know if that helps you at all. If it makes you feel any better. I may just declare war on the 1st of January, even if they're not willing to join. So, I mean, the market has food. I'm not sure why a province is starving. There's food in the market. Okay, 1st of January. I'm going to lose the CB like in like 2 months anyway, so I basically need to declare war now. Either way. And then maybe you'll be willing to join in a bit. Okay, let's set all my vassals. I want them to be supportive. For sure. Because the plan for now is that the AI... No, Granada does not. I do not want Granada to join. Is, I suspect, going to just like not be able to resist trying to land in North Africa. And so one of two scenarios is going to occur. Either they're going to land in North Africa and I can pop them, or they don't land in North Africa and I can build up my little boat. Is 100 people going to be enough to capture entire provinces? I'm not even going to give them a commander because they're instantly going to die as soon as they go to war. Okay, cool. Yes. Thank you, Tunis. And I'm definitely going too fast. I think I'm going to go down to speed 3 for this war. Event. Back the war effort. I don't have any war exhaustion right now, so that's not super useful. But I do like the amount of support that it has. Forest exploitation would be nice. Basically, I get more wood, and I don't have very much of that. So I think I'm going to do that. Okay. And that gets me to the point that I can pass. I could look at law changes, but One thing at a time, one thing at a time. I am no legend of Total War. I am a guild navigator of guild navigator lore. Nope, this is not enough, guys. So you're just going on an exploration mission. You're gonna go check out what's going on. It doesn't look like things are going great for Castile in this war. I'm just waiting on my one boat to finish. Yeah, I have like no lumber. Basically 0 lumber. I feel like I could find like one boat. It's not that far. Can I just get on their boat? Look at them. Look at them with their boats. They're making fun of me. They think they're better than me. I mean, at least the construction is still continuing. No Castilian armies in sight. It's actually kind of nice that they are at war with Portugal. I wish there's an easy way to add whole provinces with just a click. Honestly, I am tempted to call Granada into the war, but the problem is that they're just gonna get killed pretty much immediately, and I would rather be able to move in and out of their place unmolested. Yeah, I pretty much always. Okay, cool. I'm at basically 100% support. And I can get more support pretty easily. So this is actually a good time to go look at what laws I could change. So right now I have feudal administration, which gives me plus food production. Yeah, none of those look better. Okay. Reliance on local tribes. I get better proximity cost. I could switch that out for other things that don't look good, because proximity cost is very good. Could do no censorship. That would move me towards humanist and innovative and stuff like that. That's generally, I think, a very good law. Yes, it does piss off the clergy a little bit, but look, we're trying to build pre-modern institutions into modern institutions. We got to break a few eggs. It's going to involve pissing the clergy off. Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. I do wonder what memes are going to like survive past the time that the content that they were made from has any relevance. Like, I could see the meme, I'm making the mother of all omelets, Jack, or I think that's a line, you know, existing for like decades after people have no idea what Metal Gear Solid is. Like I don't think Metal Gear Solid is particularly big anymore. I think I think a ton of young people would have no idea what it is. I mean, they might have like some idea a little bit, but yeah, those people are dying. Do I care about them? They're dying because their province is starving. Well, I can't afford to feed you. You should have made more food. Did you ever think about that? I was saying something diabolical. Okay, cool. I can either take stability or legitimacy. I think I'll take the legitimacy. I don't like the fact that I'm slowly bleeding. Being in a small deficit is always bad. Like, very bad. Still just improving relations. There's so many of these things up at the top. I just find myself ignoring them. Fuck, I'm out of lumber. I'd really appreciate it if you guys used your boats to transmit yourself over. I literally have no idea because I can't declare war using this CB. I can't wait until I get my boats back. I could send my guys home and just like re-raise them later, but where's the fun in that? Oh, I think I could marry my father's ex-wives. Yes, please. Okay, no reason to be improving relations with Tunis anymore. We passed the lumber expansion, which is good because I have a shortage of lumber. Okay, cool. It's constructing slowly, but surely. And then you'll see I'll get this one little boat, and it'll make a world of difference. It's gonna involve quite a few very lucky battles. In fact, I may just want to wait until they land in general. I don't even know if it makes sense to go over there. But who am I kidding? I can't wait forever. Worst case I lose, right? Like worst case my guys die. They're just some peasants. I'll get more. That's what peasants do. Yeah, I'm already depopulating. Look, they either die of hunger in Morocco or they die of battle. Ah ha ha, my boats. Okay, I want to move them very slowly. I really don't want them to get killed. Okay, now this is going to be very slow. Let's see, the cargo on this ship is 250. So I just need to break these guys into bite-sized transports. Okay, I'll put it on speed 4 and then I'll just like flick back and forth. Look, I only have one boat. This is like did you guys ever have to, in any of your classes, like solve those math problems or logic problems where it's like, there's a wolf, a can of corn, or like a bag of corn, and a goat. How do you get them all across? Because if you leave the goat with the corn, they'll eat the goat. I mean, they'll eat the corn, and the wolf will eat the goat. That's kind of how I feel right now. But in this case, I am the bag of corn. And the goat. And Spain is the wolf. I just popped another Zin in before this war. Gotta get myself prepped up, mentally speaking. Sorry, I'm locked in right now. Okay, I'm almost got them all across. All I needed was one boat. I told you. Thank you, Captain. There's actually no captain on that boat. But thank you. Okay, now I need to decide what I want to do. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on some raiding and harassing missions. So rather than like try to siege down any of their forts, what I'm going to do is I want to try to like goad them into sieging my fort itself. And in the meantime, capture as many slaves as possible. So the problem in this scenario is I would be worried about the second army joining in. Ouch. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so they landed it. These people have enough together. I mean, I'll do aggressive, I guess, but they have enough together. You're gonna land 28,000 guys in North Africa, but only after I brought all of my people across. Thank you. I wish it would tell me how many slaves I've captured like it does in Imperator. They're gonna split up and they're all gonna get killed piecemeal. There's no helping the AI. You give them everything. They just show you no gratitude. So this is why I wanted to keep Granada, because I'm able to use their territory, but the Spanish can't. Okay, so there's the Tunisian army. Like, I'm gonna crash out. Why are 9,000 Tunisian soldiers going to attack the Spaniards? You don't even have advantage. Like, you're attacking a hill, a wooded hill, and they're the defender, and they outnumber you, and they have a better general than you. They have a bigger army, they have higher morale, they're higher quality, they have a better general. Like, what is happening? Okay, this is a good place to stop the second episode. So thank you so much for joining me. In episode 3, we're going to continue this war.